Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, pardon me, yawning again. Oh, I'm not gonna include that either. I have to. Yeah, it's interesting timing about me being tired this week. In the passage we're going to be looking at it in Isaiah 40. Some of you may be able to guess already what it is. But don't guess ahead. Don't jump ahead. No, you can if you want. Yeah, this has been a long week for me because of getting cars repaired from hail damage. Busted out 2 windows. Back window of both vehicles. Fun. Yay. But getting things fixed, we've been down to 1 car, and so I was this past week of for me filming here. I've been having to take my wife to work and pick her up from work, which means I have to drive to work. But I was having to get up really early this week because she was scheduled at 6 a.m. and I'm a night owl. If you're a night owl, you can relate. If you're not a night owl, just imagine having to get up early and staying up really late. Then you can understand. But to all my night owl friends, we're united. I had to get up at 5:20, 5:30 on very little sleep. Friday, got to the point where 10 minutes on the road and I was having to fight sleep. So I took my wife to work, got back home. Interestingly enough, she'd overslept a little bit that day. So we woke up in a panic, which means you're not really as energized, you're more tired. Got home and I'm like, okay, I don't have to get up yet. What time is it? I can take a 45-minute nap according to the clock here. So I decided to take a 45-minute nap and set the alarm. Got up 15 minutes late myself. Yeah, I was catching up. So I'm still tired today. And this is interesting timing because the passage we're looking at deals with weariness, deals with being tired, being exhausted. At least that's the, that's the on the face thing. I won't get into more ado about it. So let's just go ahead and look at it. We're going to be looking at Isaiah 40, verses 28 to 31. Yeah, just verifying on the screen right here. 28 to 31. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and look at it. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. This passage is given way to a couple of worship songs. Verse 28, He's the everlasting God. You are the everlasting God. That's bad tempo on my fingers there. Am I snapping? The everlasting God. You will not faint. You won't grow weary. I'm sorry for torturing you like that. But it's funny that line goes from, you're an everlasting God, skip a line. You won't grow faint or grow weary, skip a line back. And I say that intentionally because those 2 lines really stood out to me when I read this a while back. But the on the surface understanding of this passage is the idea of getting strength from God. People get tired. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you're going to get tired. You're going to fall asleep. You're going to lack energy. You're going to be thinking, I need more of this. Does God really drink this? Do you? No, I'm sure he doesn't. I do, obviously. But I mean, there are times when people are like, I need my Dr. Pepper, or actually coffee. Coffee. We have to have our wake up juice. And we get tired. God doesn't. Even if you believe in an old earth and you believe the universe is billions of years old, that means that God has been around for billions of years and made everything. Still, he's not tired yet and won't get tired. If he won't get tired after billions of years, he can give you strength. He can give me strength. That's the surface of this. But when I read this a while back, is those two lines that song skips. Oh, by the way, rabbit chase here. The other song is the Eagle's Wings. I'm not going to sing that one because I played both of these songs in worship bands in Florida and in Texas here. But the one with the Eagle's Wings, I don't remember the melody. I'm not going to sing it, but I played that one in Florida. It's been a while, but they're good songs. But, okay, end, rabbit chase. But it's these two lines that stood out to me. In verse 28, the creator of the ends of the earth. Skip a line. His understanding is unsearchable. Okay, he doesn't get tired. Fine, he doesn't get tired. We do. But look at this. He's the everlasting God. He's the creator of the ends of the earth. His understanding is unsearchable. Now that doesn't mean can't be discovered. I'll get to that more on that in a second. But this stood out because what God was showing me is the question of, who do you think you are? Ego. And when we question God, keeping our ego in check, it's one thing to say, I don't understand, give me understanding. And God may or may not. He may not explain why. Got a video on that one too. You can check that one out. But he may not explain why, but it's another thing to say, God, justify yourself. And too often people do that. God created the ends of the earth. Now, some people might try to limit that only to planet Earth, but what he's saying here is God created everything. Think about this for a minute. Do we know everything about the universe? No. But God made it. God made it. The universe is growing and expanding. We don't even understand everything in the oceans, but God made it. God had to sit down and say, I have a plan for it. Here's how it's going to work. Here's how it's going to operate. Here's the tiny details of everything. It says that He knows the number of the hairs on your head. For some people, that's easy. It's 0. But for others like me, there's quite a few in there. For our oldest daughter, it's even more. God knows the number, and He knows when they change. And what the new number is. He knows how the part of 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 the atom works. Even the parts that we haven't discovered yet, He knows how that works. He created it all. That's why He understands it. If God made it, you better believe He understands it. And then it says His understanding is unsearchable. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't know. That doesn't mean that we can't gain understanding of His. That doesn't mean that it's beyond in every capacity. It doesn't mean that we can't ask questions. What it means is that it is so vast, we'll never understand even a microfraction, if there's a such thing. A nanite-sized microfraction. We won't even understand that much of what God understands. Now, back to the ocean and the space idea. When I read this, here's what kind of came to mind. We are trying to explore space. Space is expanding, growing. We don't understand everything in the universe. Take it down. Our galaxy. Or even actually bigger than that, our quadrant. No, quadrant of the galaxies. Yeah, galaxy's next. So our galaxy. We don't understand even a fraction of our own galaxy. God's bigger than that. He made it. He does. We don't. We don't understand our galaxy. We don't understand our quadrant of the galaxy. Are we the alpha, beta, gamma, delta quadrant? I don't know. That's Star Trek. They say we're in the alpha quadrant. But all that aside, we don't understand our quadrant. We don't understand our own solar system. Not really. Oh, we have some understanding, but we don't understand everything. Is Pluto a planet? It is. It isn't. We can't make up our minds. But our own planet, we're still trying to figure out how the environment works. Is there climate change? Isn't there? It is debated. We're still discovering new species on land, in the oceans. We're still discovering things that exist there that we didn't know. We're still understanding things that, as far as how they work, we don't know. We don't understand it all. And yet we look at God, who understands everything. We look at God and say, you need to conform to our understanding. You need to bring yourself down to our level. You need to justify yourself to us. Who do we think we are? He's God. He's beyond the universe. You've seen that picture of the universe or the galaxy and little arrow saying, "This is you." Well, that's us. God's beyond all that. He understands everything infinitely. We don't understand even the surface of our own planet. And we question God? How arrogant of us. We need to repent of that. I've been that way. I need to repent of that when I'm that way. But here's something else God taught me about this. He made everything. He understands how it works. Even if we don't get it, even if we don't know why or how, even if we don't know why or how, He does. Even if He doesn't tell us, He still knows. So we can walk in confidence that God is in full control. But we also should walk in humility, recognizing that He is God. We can ask Him, we can inquire, we can want and seek understanding, we're told to, but always keep in mind, He's God. Have a great day this week. Great day this week. I'm tired. God bless you.